My psycho neighbor screaming that she's going to unalive us. I think she has an even darker secret, and the police are finally here to stop her. I live in a duplex in Washington State with my husband and my son. My son is only a few months old. My father-in-law owns half of the duplex and is renting.
I can't believe his son owns a duplex at 4 months.
Wow, just truly, he's like
freaking the Rockefeller.
My father-in-law owns half the duplex and is renting it to us, and the other half is owned by an older woman and her adult daughter. My father-in-law has known the woman for over 15 years and told us before we moved in that the daughter was mentally ill and had strong delusions and on occasion caused trouble with previous tenants. That is not a great thing to hear going in. The last tenants apparently had to get a civil anti-harassment order placed against the daughter, but eventually they moved out when the behaviors still never stopped.
Wow. So the daughter was so bad, they made the other tenant leave.
Yes. Apparently, the neighbor had accused them of kidnapping and abusing their children and abusing their dogs. My husband and I brought our son home a few months ago. We didn't have any issues with the neighbor until about 2 weeks ago. She began banging on and throwing things at the wall when our son starts crying. She screams at us as well, but I usually can't hear what she's actually saying. Over the screaming baby and the two dogs going absolutely ballistic because of her banging.
This sounds very unpleasant to the ears.
Terrible. A symphony of horror. And it's made my postpartum anxiety so much worse. Every time the baby cries, I experience intense panic waiting for the screaming and banging to start. So we've called the non-emergency police line twice when I can't handle it anymore and I feel close to a meltdown. The first time they came, the police talked to her and she stopped doing it as often, maybe once every 2 days. Oh my God, that's less often? Tonight, she is back at it and it's worse than ever. The air quality is so bad right now from the fires that I can't let the dogs out for long to stop them from barking. And the barking makes the baby cry harder, which makes the neighbor scream and pound on the walls harder.
This is a terrible loop. This feedback cycle is so bad.
The officer I spoke with says that we can try to get a civil anti-harassment order placed, but he knew for a fact that her behaviors never stopped after the last tenants tried that, and he said his unofficial advice would be to live somewhere else. Is that seriously my only option? We can't afford to move, but I can't keep living like this. There is an update. Is it worth it just to get out of that scenario?
I mean, it depends how damaging financially it would be.
Yeah.
I think all things considered, probably worth it to leave. But that's what I would love to know what everyone else would do. I feel like in this situation, I would move out.
I think I would too.
Even if it was a little financially stressful. It seems like the financial stress has to be less than whatever the stress is.
Update. The pounding escalated over the next 2 months. The neighbor bought a megaphone to yell at us through the wall.
What the f***?
And threatened to rip us apart. She called us child predators and she'd yell obscenities and threats until 3 or 4 in the morning.
Man, okay, hate on this lady all you will, but she got stamina. If you are fighting for some cause, I don't care what you're fighting for, put her in your picket line.
Let's just throw
Writer
her in.
strike, bro. She's on it.
Get her
3 or 4
in.
in the morning. Warner Brothers is giving you whatever you want.
So the police were called multiple times. Nothing could be done about it. One officer told us, "I'm going to kill you. See? Doesn't mean anything if you don't actually do it." The elderly mother hadn't been seen in months, but requests for wellness checks were brushed off.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, if you see what's coming, put I see you in the comments. I see you, SVU.
The general advice I got was that as renters, we couldn't do anything. It was also suggested that this was reasonable behavior since the baby crying was probably really annoying.
Who are these cops?
Since my first post, we moved in with my grandmother for our safety. The neighbor ended up busting a softball-sized hole through the shared wall to scream at us and occasionally just stare at us.
That's terrifying.
The smell that came out of the hole was indescribably bad. Our security cameras recorded her coming to my son's nursery window around 2 a.m. almost daily and just staring at him and holding her cat. It took until the end of January for the police to be able to enter her property. The elderly mother had been deceased since last June, and the daughter had the corpse dressed in her Sunday best, rotting in a dead bolted bedroom.
Oh my God. I saw it coming. I see you, SVU.
The news article said that the mother died from natural causes. The daughter was taken to an inpatient psychiatric facility. Wow. This was a absolutely insane one.
I'm shook. Funerals are expensive, though.
Maybe she's just thrifty.
She's just thrifty.
She's like, I don't want to waste all this money on AC. They've got an AC over there. Let me just bust a hole in the wall and just get some of that cold air coming in over here. So they're still living in the grandmother's house. Do you then move back? Because now she's gone.
There's some ghosts there.
Yeah, you're not about it?
I'm not going. No, dude. Someone died in the thing next door, and there was a crazy lady punching a hole. Like, I'm not sure I want to go down memory lane again. Like, I want to know, like, when would it have been too much for you?
Yeah.
Because like first it's banging, then it's megaphone, then it's holes to the door, and then it's dead grandma scent. Let us know in the comments. And we love hearing the comments from our public subscribers.
Yeah, we do.
And on the video, I'm infertile, but now I'm pregnant. On story 2, it's my boyfriend's hole. It's about the boyfriend who was obsessed with digging holes. Some people really I love that story.
That was a cult classic. Cult classic.
Public subscriber Ty Lee says, pro hole. Laughing emoji. Love that. Crystal M says, I wonder if the hole digger is a flat earther and trying to dig past the flat earth to see underneath.
That's a great point.
That's a great question. And Prism Quartz says, Holbro just needs to become a mine inspector or something. He'd be living the dream, I mean, there's people who dig holes for a living, like tunnels.
That's true. Yeah.
Be a tunnel builder.
Come on.
We love your suggestions on what people should do with their careers. And we just love hearing from you. So make sure to publicly subscribe, leave a comment below, and we will talk to you soon.
Love you.